Welcome to the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. Discover with us and enjoy our holistic resources. Join us weekly on Wednesdays for our live talk show discussing the topics central to maintaining the holistic lifestyle you want. Each week we bring on leaders, product providers, and educators to enlighten and empower your natural journey in wellness. Let us begin. Welcome to another fabulous Wellness Wednesday here, broadcasting live on the internet radio platform. It's known as the Healing Frequency. We're here each and every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. This is the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. Our website is createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Our Facebook page is Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. Once again, Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. So, Dr. Franc, how you doing out there in Canada? Woohoo!
I am doing well. I'm in Toronto, and the trucker protest is kind of over here, but it's continuing on in Ottawa. So we have our streets back, and no one's honking. So I'm kind of happy about that. Everybody has the right to protest, but I just don't like loud noises. So.
Well, I tell you one thing, they're going to keep it rolling out there. They got to keep those drugs going through. So, they're going to break that up. Big Pharma's going to jump in there. Get our product to the people.
So sad. Yeah.
How about that?
I do feel sorry on the other side of that for the people who live in those areas who are caught in it, because honestly, when I got caught in just in the traffic in 20 minutes behind, a lot of the truckers, just hearing them blow their horns all the time for 20 minutes, I was ready to lose my mind. I'm like, what if you were living there and you couldn't sleep because they're blowing their horns every 2 minutes all through the day and all through the night? I would lose my mind.
Yeah, that would definitely do it. You can only take so much. That's like the listening sound of waterboarding,
Exactly.
Yeah, but you'd think that they'd say something to the leaders so that the leaders would actually take on the meetings that the organizers keep asking for. I mean, they've posted several videos about how we just want to talk to the leadership because this is being forced upon us, and in Canada we are free. Or we're supposed to be free. So, I mean, I just wish that people would start listening to the organizers to see what that's all about. I mean, the police there have been saying they've never seen the streets so clean because they bought 100 shovels to clean up the streets and, have it something good to do. So it's just not being shared in the way that that it's actually happening.
Well,
which is very unfortunate because the message is important. Somebody's finally sticking up for our rights and our freedoms.
Having got caught in that, when they were doing it in Toronto, though, I can tell you when they were blasting their horns every 2 minutes or not even. I agree with the right to peace. I think you're right. There should be an open dialogue, and all members of different parties should be meeting with them. All of our 3 major political parties here should be meeting with them, the heads of those parties.
That's what they've asked for.
Yes, and they should also be really respectful and mindful of the people who live in that area and not blow their horns all night. Come on. There's a way to protest peacefully. Let the people sleep.
Right.
And here in Toronto, healthcare workers were feeling unsafe to go to their job because they were being harassed. And I did see it for myself in Toronto when I got kind of caught in that little convoy. There were people who were there who were just there to cause trouble, and they weren't there to resolve any issues. I saw that firsthand here in Toronto when that happened.
You're going to get that with any large group. Yep.
Yeah, people love to get there.
People think they have permission.
Well, welcome back.
But that is definitely not what it's about. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Back from your sabbatical and about town and everything.
It's just a busy, wonderful life. Thank you so much. Yeah, what a great life that we can, I don't know, there's lots of fun things going on.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of you on Facebook. You're taking a picture of yourself in a black outfit.
Yeah.
Flowers there.
Yep, that's my bathroom.
Nice. I definitely want to know what you're growing later on. We'll get into that. Dr. Rabb, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I had a a good 1 hour program this morning, and shared a lot of good stuff. And I know I said some things that some people probably didn't like, but I could care less about that, because it was all, things that needed to be stated. And, because I don't have any fear of somebody bothering me or something. If they do, they do. But, you can't be afraid. And that's what I talked about a lot this morning. The fear is causing a lot of people to do stuff that they wouldn't do. And it's really sad, because when you have a family split because one side of the family says, you need to be taking your shots and whatever, and the other said, I ain't taking that crap. I don't know. That's just bad. It's really bad.
I think it comes down to respect, which we were talking about earlier. Let's just have a dialogue. Let's be peaceful. Let's be respectful. Let's be mindful, and let's have some conversations.
The tough part about that, though, is... Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Doc. I'm sorry, Jonathan. I was just going to say that the tough part about that is that for 2 years, that's what we've been doing. We've been being silent. We've been like a little bit scratching our heads like, this doesn't make sense. So why on earth are they pushing this so hard? If it was so good, why do you have to push it so hard? And people would do it on their own volition. But that's the problem I think that the truckers are addressing, is that for 2 years, nobody's been listening to us. And there is research and there is data about vaccines or whatever this thing is. And so I guess I don't want people to lose sleep like with the honking. I know that could be terrible, but finally somebody is standing up. And unfortunately, because nobody's been listening, they're going to have to be really loud about it. And I hope that everybody can go and listen to the videos. They just put out another one yesterday night, saying that if it goes radio silent, that instead of talking about it and talking through it, at Lansdowne Park, they're already creating like a camp kind of thing. And they're because they're talking about I can't remember, corralling them, I think they called it. So instead of listening to what the people have to say, we elected these people, Canadians elected their officials, we elected ours, but they're not listening to us. And so it's time, we have to get loud. We have to do something that's radical, so that they can see that they've taken on their own power, and they're not listening to the people. And we are really, it's time. Imagine 2 more years of this.
Today's policy is just like lie, get into the job, rob, steal, and then leave.
Did you hear? The Speaker of the House, I won't mention names, but is a multi-millionaire now. And because they have this great little, document that says that they can make policy that affects the businesses. So they invest in a business, and then they can make policy that makes sure that they make millions of dollars on that policy. It's just, when you start to really look into these things, I don't know, it's time for some changes for sure. But
how does that saying go? Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you wish it would be true, because we need leaders. We need guidance and rules, honestly. We know what kids look like when they have zero rules. They kind of they go on their own and be a little crazy. Yeah. So, it's good to know that, somebody breaks into my house, that's not going to be okay. But then we've got these cities where it has been okay. And so it's a confusing time to live.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Dr. Rabb, though, with families, it's kind of like, yay, we all have to be mindful and respectful of each other. And, we can't let our divide our family, because, family is the root that our society was founded on. We need good social community connection. We need family connection.
As a human, yeah.
This all affects your health. All right. With that being said, this is the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. This show is live, so if you'd like to call in and speak with our guests or co-hosts, you have a question, the number is 310-928-7733. Once again, 310-928-7733. We're going to take our first commercial break, and we're going to be right back with our featured guest today. Let me tell you, we got some good information for you.
My name is Michelle. I am the beauty boss of A More Beautiful You with Jafra Cosmetics. What is so wonderful about Jafra is that it is an essential business and fits into everyday needs for everyone in your family. Jafra offers over 500 products within 4 departments, and they are, department number 1 is our skincare department with our 5 exclusive Royal Jelly skincare lines powered by our Royal Jelly RJX technology. Number 2 is our on-trend gorgeous color and makeup line, a must-see. Number 3 is our fragrance from the world's top perfumers. And department number 4 is our body care for the entire family. Just added is our daily advanced hand sanitizers in 2 sizes. I invite you to visit my website to see more of A More Beautiful You with Jafra. My website is www.amorebeautiful-u.com. That is www.amorebeautiful-u.com. Thank you and stay safe and well.
Hello, it's Dr. Vic. Finding the right supplement for your health can be very challenging. After years of research, I finally found the one supplement that made a difference. Fountain of Life, a Norwegian spruce extract. It's simply a game changer. Just 10 drops a day can make all of the difference. For more information, visit myopulence.com/Dr. Vic under health. That's myopulence.com/DRVIC. Fountain of Life is not a cure for any disease or ailment, but simply nature's powerful plant antioxidant. Stay well, my friends.
Welcome to the hemp industry, including new product CBD-based discoveries is here. It is a smart, organic personal care option today. Industrial hemp is one of the fastest growing segments of the wellness industry and is quickly emerging as a lucrative business opportunity for many. This emerging industry strives to create products that are designed to revolutionize the way people care for themselves. These products are well formulated to produce the finest quality of dietary supplements on the market, derived from industrial hemp containing proprietary CBD compounds that help support the body's endocannabinoid system. For more information regarding hemp, nano water soluble CBD, CBD pet care, CBD choices for your complete body, and receive your home delivery, visit the Lifestyle Store at www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, the Lifestyle Store. It's at www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Health is the new wealth.
You heard it here. Health is the new wealth. This is the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. All right, I'd like to introduce our guest today. We have Dr. Vic Kalman. He's a board-certified orthopedic sports and medicine surgeon, physical therapist with over 30 years of experience. He's helped thousands of patients. He'll be joined by his business partner, John Busswood, a leader in the global e-commerce industry, to discuss ways of optimizing wellness and what that could mean for you. The timing could not be more perfect. Gentlemen, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate being here. And welcome. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you.
All right.
Yes,
John,
good morning.
how you feeling?
Yeah,
All
so,
right.
I mean, we heard a lot about what we just talked about earlier, and I think just tying into that, respect for each other is the key to life, and that's what I'll say. We need to have open dialogue, and that's about what I'll go with that. But tying into that is, is our health. I mean, everybody's looking for the answer, what else can be done for a disease that they have. And I always say that, people take their health for granted until they lose it. So my thing is when I tell my patients, look, your priority is to put your health at the top of the to-do list. By creating health, the optimum health for your body, you're taking control. That is something you can do. You can take control of your own health. And believe it or not, despite, things you may read, the body does have innate healing potential if we allow it to. So simple things that are happening in today's world that we often forget, take for granted, and I'm sure you've touched on this before, things like drinking more water to cleanse toxins out of your system, eating fruits and vegetables, all these very simple things, avoiding a lot of sugar, getting your sleep. These are all basic things we can do right now just to make things easier. And there's some, experts who also talk about supplements. What about supplements? Well, there's pros and cons to them. But frankly, in this world today with our bodies being attacked all around us, stresses on our body, a supplement may be necessary to meet some of the minimum requirements, because if you will, a tank, if our tank isn't full of nutrition and vitamins and things we need in our system, we need that if we're going to be able to heal. So as far as use of supplements, my patients often ask, what is it I should take? And there's so many out there, as you know, you hear things all the time, you heard some ads today. But what I would tell anybody is, number one, is what you're taking safe. And if you're taking medication, does it interact with your body? Do you prescribe medication in which you may have discussed with your doctor? Number two, is there science behind the product? Are there some lab results? Are there some studies? Are there some things that show that it's beneficial to different health issues? And of course, what's the quality of the product? How is it made? Where does it come from? For me, one of the most important things is it's not synthetic, but it's plant-based. It's plant-based, and the extract is coming from plants. So those are some of the rationale I use with my patients. And a lot of doctors frankly don't know about supplements or what the different ones are. And rather than just saying, well, they're no good, sometimes what I used to do is just read it up, do the research on my own, and that's what you have to do. For a lot of these things, unfortunately, we do have to do some self-discovery. And I'm sure that a lot of the physicians, the naturopaths on this call would agree that, for a lot of what we see, we just have to do our own research. But again, getting back to supplements in general, why do we need them? I eat a good diet. Well, you look at the stresses of just the environment around us, the air we breathe, the water we drink, even the food. I mean, unfortunately, the soil has deteriorated, and even though we may be getting farm-produced products, some of the soil over time has lost some of the nutrients, and in turn, we're not getting some of those nutrients. And also, with some of the fruits and vegetables, they've created, unfortunately, genetic hybrids, which have also lost some of the nutritional value. So, and also, of course, getting things shipped from across country and all these kind of things. So there's many, many reasons we could use supplements for our general health.
There's a lot to be said to, I just wanted to add, I really like the fact that you really have to know where the product came from. That's very important. And, a lot of people, they just, they rely on hearsay a lot of times. Hearsay and they say is kind of the same thing to me. I'd like to try to dig a little bit deeper. I even call the companies up. I want to know who owns it, different things of that. So I dig a little bit deeper when I'm going to try something, especially when I spend my money. Not only that, I call them up if I happen to see something I like, and I make sure that they have the product in stock before I even pay them, to make sure they ship it. Because 4 or 5 weeks will go by. They're like, hey, no, wait a minute now. Nobody told me this. And by then, I'm expecting you to give it to me for free because now you have violated my trust,
Yeah.
So that's very important when you see these specials and things you might be interested in, is to call them up and, hey, make sure they even have the product to ship. They allude sometimes that, hey, there's only a few available, blah, blah, blah. But you got to, you definitely got to make sure.
We've even worked with companies that that they understand that the harvest matters. Like if it's in the morning or in the afternoon, it changes the components of what you're harvesting. Yeah, it's very fascinating.
Yeah, it's like we manufacture the different types of tomatoes that we use. Some of our people, when we wanted to make sauces and salsas for them, they had their own tomato suppliers bring in the tomatoes. They didn't want to just take any particular type of tomatoes. So, that's kind of interesting on there. John, share with us a little bit about your thoughts.
Well, gosh, thanks so much. I really do appreciate being on this call today and being able to share a few things about our company. We're pretty excited about what we're doing here, Dr. Vic and myself. Dr. Val, I see you're in Toronto. That's where our world headquarters is for Opulence Global, which produces the Fountain of Life. So totally invite you to go and do a trip to our office, meet our staff, meet our owner, our CEO, our amazing senior vice president, Sanaz. She's a true treasure. And I've been involved. We would love you to do that. I've been involved in the e-commerce business for about 30 years in mainly the health and nutrition fields. I'm not in any way a traditional Chinese medicine doctor. I'm not a herbalist. I'm not a naturopath. All I am is just a person who's been in the business, and I've built large organizations all around the world in those 30 years. But when I came across this company and this product, Fountain of Life, about 6 months ago, I just had to get involved. It really is a spectacular product that affects people's health in so many ways, and and the price point is good on it as well. So, that's kind of my in a nutshell. That's how I got involved. Why I got involved is because I just couldn't deny that this product was something everybody needed, and I saw an amazing global opportunity because this company is in just under 200 countries and territories around the world. It's been around since 2005. It's got a AAA Better Business Bureau rating, debt-free, all of the things that you just mentioned that are concerns about buying things online especially, we address those. And so Fountain of Life is now in 138 different countries, and we're very, very proud of it and the other products we represent.
All right, so Dr. Vic, share with us what the product is, what your favorite product is, and what it consists of. Is it drops, capsules, all that good stuff, so we can get into this because everyone's looking for something.
Well, I'm going to thank John. I've known John probably for 10 years now, and he introduced this product to me, and as always, like I tell anybody else, what is my product experience? And it was quite amazing what it did for me personally. But in many cases, again, like I said, we're not getting enough nutrients in our body. So what Fountain of Life has is what they have are ligands, L-A-G-A-N-S, and they're potent anti-inflammatories, antioxidants that can be lost in the processing system. And it comes from the Norwegian spruce, which is like the Finland, Scandinavia area, and it's extracted from that tree, and it's converted then in your system once it's.
You said a tree.
Yeah, it comes from the Norwegian spruce tree. Extracted from the tree. One of the reasons they chose that is because it's in a very cold environment to survive and stay, like it's green like almost all the time.
No, I like that because most people say it comes from plants, but you say a tree, something strong and
but the whole point is it's still plant derived. It's still plant derived, and again, like John says, it goes to a 3-step protocol with testing before it's even shipped to the manufacturer. And so it's basically in a droplet form. We recommend a start of 10 drops per day, or 1 drop for 10 kilograms or 22 pounds. But again, as somebody gets used to the product, they may increase it twice a day, or when they have a health challenge, they can increase it if they need to. But in general, and again, it's also recommended by Health Canada as it was approved to start with 10 drops a day. So that's how that started. Well, we do have to say that, up front, the Fountain of Life is not a cure for any disease or ailment, but it features powerful plant antioxidants. So with these high sources of ligands or these anti-inflammatory antioxidants, and when it's basically the 10 drops sublingually, it's absorbed fairly quickly. I would give you an example of flax seeds. It's as far as the presence of these ligands or these potent anti-inflammatory antioxidants, and there's according to studies, 17 times more ligands than flax seeds. So there's a really potent bunch of antioxidants in that system. And again, the key also, as I discussed with our patients and everybody else, is the safety product, safety of it. And it's been used safely around the world now. And at least, at the last count, we've over 150,000 people. It's been more than that. And it's because of the quality of the processing. And it does have an NPN number through Health Canada as a result of its extensive testing and approval. So that makes you feel good that it's coming from a quality point of view. And people would ask you, why e-commerce? Why would I share something this way? Well, when you see patients, you're seeing one patient at a time, and you're acting so many people in a day. I chose to work with John because I want people to feel better. I want people to get healthier. And so by going through e-commerce, it's a much quicker way to, share with people. Because I'm not a salesman. I'm here to share information. And the more people I can share information with, and again, they can make their own determination of what they want to do. That's all my goal is to share the information, because the worst thing to do is to not share something that's potentially helpful to many, many people and improve their optimum wellness. And that's what it's all about, really, improving your optimum wellness.
Dr. Brookh, any questions at this time?
Sorry, I couldn't push the right button.
Any questions at this time?
I just want to support your decision to go on the internet, because, how do we look up things these days? If we have any question, we, type it into our phone or our computer to ask a question. It's just the way it is now, We have whole generations of kids coming up they don't know about encyclopedias at the library. That's how they do it. So I commend you for making that choice, because although it might not have been the natural choice for you in your lifetime, but it's certainly how to get the information out to people these days, isn't it?
Most definitely. Dr. Rabb, any questions on your side?
No, I'm just listening. I keep my ear open and my mouth closed.
All right. Dr. Franc, any questions on your side?
Well, I actually have a ton of questions, actually. So, of course, I love the fact that it's plant-based and tree-based. And, when you hear Norwegian spruce, and where the tree comes from, that's always really impressive. And you think of a lot of the other antioxidants out there, like pycnogenol, which is one of the active ingredients of spruce trees. What I'd be interested in is, how does your product compare? How do you compare the ligands to specifically pycnogenol? And then also, I would love to know, because larch, the arabinogalactans, are my favorite thing in the world. And we know that they actually are really great. They come from a tree as well, usually from Italy. They're found in Italy. And that type of tree is an incredible help in terms of fighting off viral infections, bacterial infections, and actually has anti-cancer properties. So I'd love for you to kind of speak about the difference between those.
That's a very good question. And you're comparing it to other natural products that are available. So what we know is that when they're consumed, the Norwegian spruce in human is converted to an enterolactone and also an enterodiol. So it's converted into those potent anti-inflammatory antioxidants to reduce inflammation and limit cell damage. So that's what we're talking about. It's converted into those active products. So that's how it works.
That's wonderful. And what would you say to someone who's like, okay, well, this is saying that it's anti-inflammatory and an antioxidant, like turmeric. Why would I choose turmeric or pycnogenol or grapeseed, or why would I choose this product over some of those? What would you say the benefits are? Because you could herb throw. You could say, okay, this is anti-inflammatory, and then it's kind of like, well, there's 800 things that are anti-inflammatory. So how do you know what a good fit would be for a particular person, other than going to see a naturopath, which everybody should do?
No, well, you're bringing out a very good point. I think, and I spoke about this earlier, is people need to take control of their health, and they have a knowledgeable source. And, going to a naturopath and a chiropractor, and getting that information. Again, getting information is very, very important and very powerful. But again, why would I say this over other? First of all, everybody's allowed to do their own evaluation of any product, of course. But, this product is based on laboratory studies, currently, based on what they reviewed, it's like 17 times more potent than flaxseed. And they've also looked at comparison to other like fruits and vegetables, comparing it to like 50 cups of green tea, 100 tomatoes. I mean, it's a small 10 droplets are packed with ligand concentration. So my answer would be, even though it's a little bit abstract, it's the amount of antioxidants, anti-inflammatories that are contained, the amount of ligands that are actually in the product. So that would be my answer. And the fact that it's been done some legally by a drop. it's quickly absorbed, and the studies have shown that it's absorbed within, rather quickly in the first 20 minutes to an hour. And again, as I talked about earlier, when I ask patients, or patients ask me what they're going to choose, there's I could show you, hundreds of articles, the products of, again, not necessarily this product, but the active ingredients in that from the spruce tree, and just like you said, antibacterial, antifungal, right? So it's there. And yes, this is not. I know we're talking about, this is not antioxidant. It's not a cure for disease, but yes, it has been shown in studies that the actual Norwegian spruce, extract has helped with cancer. So again, I'm not saying this cures cancer, but in situations it does have properties that may, be helpful in giving some relief to people. Again, not curing them, but helping them support their body, helping their system support while they're going through the process.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, I like the fact that I like to take things as liquid versus capsules or dries myself personally. It's just quicker and easier for me. Go straight in the bloodstream. It seems to work a lot better.
It's more quickly absorbed. And I'm sorry to interrupt. Yeah. Sorry, Johnathan. Go ahead. You were saying?
No, before, what we used to always do is take whatever we're taking with aloe vera, because that was a great, absorber of things. That was known to be, like in the mid-'90s, that was a big thing for everyone to do. So I'm just glad that the drops and liquids are more prevalent now. And, one day I hope to find a nice place where I can go into a big Chinese place where they have all the raw herbs and everything. I can just sit there and veg out, and smell everything and take a look and see how it comes in, how they harvest, what they're doing to it. I have yet to find a place like that. I have to go down to Koreatown, downtown LA, look around.
Actually, go to Toronto.
I was going to say,
yeah,
we have 6 different Asian areas that are fantastic.
Really? Yeah. Yep. Years ago, my son, we've always had vision boards for our kids since they could manipulate paper with scissors, since they were little. And of course, back then it was all toys and stuff. But then they started to put some other serious stuff on, and our son wanted to go to China, and that wasn't in the cards that year. So we did visit family in Toronto, and I tell you, when you go to the markets, there was pig's feet and pig's pieces and little tiny fish in bins. It was fascinating. It was like being there. Because they're so authentic in the way that they're still doing, the way they're still living their life. So, yeah, go to Toronto. Or wherever. Lots of big cities have fantastic Chinatowns. Yeah.
They always seem being concentrated in very ethnic type.
Yeah.
Well, really, you are definitely welcome to come, all of you. Not everybody out there in radio land, just Dr. Brooks, Johnathan, Dr. Rabb.
I'm going to have to get out there as soon as I find out what the Russians are going to do, then I'll be able to find out what I'm going to do.
You better invest in a hotel.
Question.
Yes.
I wanted to ask if there's a catalog for the different products, because I do a lot of my own manufacturing, and I heard you mentioned pycnogenol a little bit ago, and that's something I used to have in a product, but for some reason it got away from me. And I was just wondering if you have a catalog that you could to send to someone so we could see exactly what different products you have.
Well, all the products listed. Go ahead, John. Speak up for us, please. You do it.
Yeah, being an e-commerce business, we have global reach, and that's all through the internet, and so we have everything that this company sells is available for people to see online. And Dr. Vic's got his link and so forth that people can go through. I just wanted to add on. We talked a little bit about Chinatown in Toronto and so forth, and I live in Vancouver, British Columbia, right on the edge of Chinatown here. But one of our most successful people in the business is a traditional Chinese medicine doctor in Toronto by the name of Henry. And, Henry has helped, thousands of people over the years with traditional Chinese medicine, obviously, with products that he's believed in over the years. And when he came across this product about 4 years ago through Opulence Global, this is by far probably 95% of what he sells now to anybody that comes into his office or anybody he speaks to on the phone or online. He personally retails about 500 bottles of this product every single month, and then he also many more bottles through his e-commerce business. But yeah, it's a very exciting product. We're very proud of our e-commerce platform and people being able to get the information that they need and that they want. We also run about 35 different calls around the world, from the Caribbean to Africa to Asia, you name it, and educating people, not just on this product, but on some of the other fine products we have.
Okay. Very good.
That's wonderful, and it sounds like Australia is not a problem for you as well.
No, we're doing business in Australia, and we just actually opened up Thailand. We just got our Fountain of Life product, the FDA down there approved. So we're very excited for Southeast Asia, because Thailand generally spills over into other countries like Laos and Myanmar and Cambodia, and all of these people everywhere you go around the world. In fact, I'll just give you one example of a difference that it's making for some people, because this product can not only be used, internally, but it can be used topically as well. In Nigeria, they have problems with their drinking water. It makes people sick. And just by adding a few drops of this to their drinking water, they're able to drink their water without being ill. It's it's a very big market for us, just for that very simple reason, that people can now trust the water when they put a few drops of this in. So, it affects, we're in so many markets.
The only thing that I've ever heard of that could do something like that has been moringa. I saw that back in the mid-'90s, but they didn't have enough of it to produce it, because usually the churches, these nonprofits, do a lot of these things first. And then Zija came out. They had come out with a product that had the moringa. And it's funny is the botanical name for noni is Morinda citrifolia. And then this moringa showed up, and I thought, wow, I got really interested in that. All right, so let's take a commercial break. We're going to come back. Look, if you're just tuning in, this is the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. We're here each and every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. And we are live, 310-928-7733. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with our special guests, Dr. Vic and John. We'll be right back.
Hey there, Detox Jenny here. Is your digestion poor, painful, or just plain stuck? If so, please consider doing a short 3 to 10 day juice cleanse with my company, Earthly Juices. You can visit us at bringmejuice.com. You will be surprised what a difference a short cleanse can make within your body and your overall well-being. Our organic farm-to-table juice cleanses are handcrafted to exclude your allergies and geared towards solving your health issues. Call 310-404-6804 and mention this show and receive a free quart of juice with your first order. You can also find us at www.bringmejuice.com. Or you could write us your detox questions at earthlyjuices@gmail.com. We can't wait to bring that juice to your doorstep.
I tell myself again and again, I'm happy about my favorite juice from Jen. I tell myself again and again, well, Earthly Juices, they make the best juice cleanse.
Hi, this is Dr. Nathan Rabb Jr., host of The Natural Way, which you can hear live on InnerLightRadio.com every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On The Natural Way, you will learn about alternative strategies to common medical practices to overcome some of the most common physical and mental maladies in the world today. The program is a live call-in show, so you can engage me by calling 310-928-7733 with your health-related questions. For private consultations, please call my office. That's at 310 419-4372. You can also reach me on the web at Dr. Dr. Nathan, Nathan, Rabb, Rabb.com. Be sure to tune in to The Natural Way every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, live on InnerLightRadio.com. The Healing Frequency. I'm Dr. Nathan Rabb. We see you on the air. Peace.
Historically, our ancestors lived 100% organic and natural, simply grazing off the green earth with fresh fruits and vegetables and blue oceans filled with seafood. Allowing your mind, body, and soul to be naturally healthy is how we were meant to live during this journey of our lives. We invite you to visit The Lifestyle Store. Once again, The Lifestyle Store for all of your family's health and wellness needs. Simply click on The Lifestyle Store at www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Keep this in mind. Health is the new wealth.
All right, and we are back. So one of the buzzwords in health and wellness for years has been silver. And you have a couple of micro silver products. Okay, so one of them is a Fairy Micro Silver Protection Natural Spray. And then you have one that I think is a Micro Silver BG or BM. I forget what this is here. Oh, what is Micro Silver BG? Okay. Can you talk about that particular product? Because silver is something that people just really gravitate towards. And that's probably one that people have a lot of interest in. And you have a Fairy Micro Silver Protection Toothpaste. And that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, I actually use the toothpaste every day, but I'll have John talk about that. He has a bit more experience with those products than I do.
Yeah, John, you're in e-commerce. You got to have that glamorous smile. Talk to us, sir.
Hey, I'm the guy with a face for radio. So, there's a lot of damage. I'm preaching to the choir here. I do know this, but there's, a lot of damage that's done to people and especially children and so forth, using fluoride toothpaste and using fluoride at all. So, yes. We don't have to go there. You guys know a heck of a lot more than that about those things than I do. I was happy that the last company I was with had a fluoride-free toothpaste that we've been able to use for years. But when I saw the Fairy Flawless Micro Silver toothpaste, I really started asking a lot of questions about it, and it's just amazing what it does in terms of helping to whiten your teeth, keeping your any kind of bad breath in check, and so it gives you long-lasting protection because that micro silver actually attaches itself to your teeth and gives you protection, not just during the time you've brushed your teeth and shortly thereafter, but for hours and hours during the day. It's in there working and protecting you from cavities and so forth. So I love this toothpaste. It tastes phenomenal. And I just feel good that I can share that with other people as well as with my own family.
Can you swallow it, or do you have to spit it out? Is it one that you can just swallow if it happens to stay in your mouth?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're going to, obviously it's not intended to be swallowed, but we all do. I mean, that's again one of the terrible things about fluoride toothpaste is that, especially young children, they have a tendency to swallow, and that fluoride's going straight into their bodies, which is what you do not want. So if they were to swallow some of the microsilver, which is inevitable to happen, they're not going to have the same damaging results as they would have with fluoride.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering about that because sometimes I've got a few people that are brushing their teeth with different clays and things like that, and that stuff you can just swallow. It's not a problem. Mouth, pretty clean on the inside. Okay.
Then we've also got the the microsilver spray, which is alcohol free, and I like to spray it right onto my hands before I go out the door, because I know it's going to protect my hands from germs, from viruses and so forth all day long until I wash them. Then it has to be reapplied. But, it's in a spray form. You can spray it on your steering wheel when you get in the car, spray it on your car doors. You can spray it on the doors going in and out of your home. You can spray it on surfaces. It's actually used in Germany for spraying on bus seats. And they've shown that this will actually work for weeks at a time. And it actually kills the viruses. It almost feeds off the viruses. It'll actually get stronger at killing the viruses as time goes on. And so this is this is just one of my go-to products for everything I do wherever I go.
Okay, that sounds nice. Dr. Brookh, any questions at this time?
No, I think it's just self-explanatory. I really love the idea of another toothpaste to try. Because there's so many companies, frankly, over the last 2 years, because of their forceful ways, I don't want to buy their products anymore, honestly. Freedom's so important to me. So I love that we are talking about that.
Those cheating hearts out there, those cheating health hearts.
Yeah, it matters. So I wanted to share something. I just recently was starting to look into, how we just wake up and we brush our teeth, but we've got all this yuck in our teeth from overnight. And we're just kind of swishing that around. What are your thoughts about rinsing your mouth first before you brush your teeth?
Well, I just think in general, getting all loose debris is a reasonable thing to do at the time, sure.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, John, what to do?
I just became kind of grossed out when I thought about it, and I started to research it. You know, actually why is because my dentist's assistant said you don't even have to rinse after you brush your teeth, and I was like, that's so gross. I've just moved around all the stuff that we know not brushing your teeth can create heart problems even. So why would I leave that in my body? No.
Not only that, all the dried white stuff around your lips and everything, that could look pretty terrible.
That would be not this. I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me. So it makes. You were saying a minute ago. Maybe the people here know more, but there's always so much more to learn. That's why we love having guests like you to just kind of help us even think about things in a different way that we hadn't thought about in a while.
Yeah, Dr. Frank, what are your thoughts on that? My goodness, you imagine being in a relationship and that happened? My goodness. Love
so
you, sweetie.
The question that I have is, we've heard about some of the toxicity effects of silver. And that if you actually have too much, it can become toxic. It can cause kidney damage. And for some people, it can turn their skin kind of blue. So I've had a lot of debates and questions with people about, okay, well, if you're doing silver, number one, if you're taking it orally, what is that doing to your own gut microbiome? Is that disrupting it and killing it off? And number two, silver is still a heavy metal. How do you chelate it out? So what are your responses to those questions?
So microsilver.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead, Dr. Vic.
No, I was saying, well, first of all, like we talked about, you're not supposed to be ingesting the toothpaste. It's supposed to be for the teeth and rinse it out. So it's not really consumed orally. And it's
those are the ones I had on the table. Okay.
It would be, unlikely to be incorporated in a high level in your system. So that would be my response to the 50 now if it's in the product itself. But go ahead, John.
The microsilver is not absorbed by the body. It won't be absorbed into the body. Not like, we've seen structured silvers and all of these different types of I'm not going to point out any brands, but I think we know a couple of very popular silver products out there. You're exactly right. This is not, our microsilver is not intended to be taken internally, but it won't be absorbed into the body the same way as some of these structured silver products.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. What for your experience, with silver, Dr. Rabb, what are the main benefits of it? You've been dealing with silver for a long time and sell a lot of it since recovering silver.
Yeah, about 20 years worth. It's nanoscale. It has no what's the ingredient? The other one's like your colloidal. It has none of that in it. It's what is it? So many thousand, my brain isn't working real good right now, but yeah, I do a lot of it, and people are buying it, and a lot of them are buying it because they have fears about COVID and everything. But no, I have everybody that has ever bought any from me that came back through here that's came and got more. So it's nanoscale, but it doesn't have any metal whatsoever in it, and I have it. Children take it, grown-ups, and we even use it in a rinse where we put a small amount of food-grade hydrogen peroxide, some drops in that, and they can even use that through a nebulizer.
Nebulizer, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Dr. Vic, what would you like the audience to know about what you're doing at this point? Please give out your contact information, everything, so people can get in contact with you. Repeat everything twice. And then after Dr. Vic, just go ahead and John yourself if you choose so.
Yeah, but first of all, like John said, I'm very thankful to be here and be able to share this information. Dr. Val asked me about other ingredients, and just to reiterate, Fountain of Life has, these essential ligands, but the predominant one is 7-hydroxyesterinol, and it does, again, just like Dr. Val said, this particular ligand has anti-tumoral, bacterial, fungal, and inflammatory vascular properties. So that's why it's so potent. But again, we're not saying it's curing disease, but it's a potent antioxidant. The other thing we're excited about coming in the spring is we have a product associated with Fountain of Life called Fountain of Life, another blank, John, Clinical, and a collagen product. And why we're so excited is because the quality of the products that are coming out from this company, and they're going to be, again, a game changer in addition to what we're doing already. So my take-home point number one is how I started the program is if you do anything today, take some steps today to get your health back in order. Go see Dr. Val or Dr. Rabb, we're also on the call. And you get started, because that's how you do it. You take the first step. Mm-hmm. And change isn't easy. If you're not comfortable, you have to get uncomfortable to make these changes. Mm-hmm. And if people want more information, they can go to my site. I find a short URL, so it's not so hard. It's just ask.drvic.com, ask.drvic.com. There'll be a homepage which shows all sorts of e-commerce products, but if you look under health and personal, you'll find the information about Fountain of Life and the personal care products. Fountain of Life is also included in our shampoos for men and women, so that's really sort of cool too, because of its topical use as well.
Oh,
so
nice.
I would ask people to, again, like anybody else, do their own research, get their own information. If they have any questions on that homepage of the website, they can put their name and contact information. I'll be in touch with them, and as part of the team, John is here with me in my support, and anything I can't answer, he'll be there for us. So please, thanks for having us. I appreciate meeting everybody, and just wish everybody well during this time.
All right, John, your multi-million-dollar closing thoughts there.
Well,
I know you got that
really
G3 stacked up, ready to go to Canada.
There you go. I'm standing. I'm overlooking the beautiful waters of False Creek here in Vancouver, and I'm jacked up here. I love this product. We get about 1 milligram of lignans a day now because of the food that we're eating is that bad. And science tells us we need 50 to 100 milligrams of lignans a day. So we need 50 to 100 times of what we're actually getting in terms of lignans. So these 10 drops that you're taking is equivalent to 1,800 apples. I don't know if you want to eat 1,800 apples a day, but I'd rather have 10 drops of this product, right? If you took 10 drops a day, there's about 900 drops in a bottle. So that's going to last you 3 months. So it's a very cost-effective. It's less than about maybe 60 cents a day, for the antioxidants and the lignans that you need, that your body is just craving. And so, anybody can go on and look at the effects of not having enough antioxidants in your body, the health challenges associated. I don't have to go into that. It's terrible. It creates all sorts of issues. But it's got also 22 patents on it, 22 patents associated with it. So it isn't something that just was thought up yesterday. So we really encourage people to take a look at this product. We encourage people to put this product in their bodies and find out for themselves. You may have things happening inside your body you don't even know. In terms of, when you've got pain and things like that, but you don't know if you've got a fatty liver or if you've got kidneys that aren't operating correctly or whatever. Try this product. I guarantee you're going to love it.
All right. So with that being said, Dr. Vic Kalman does have his information on our post on the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show Facebook page. It's there. There's a post. You can comment. Just click on See More. You'll go down, see the paragraph he has there with this link. I encourage you all to engage. So I'd like to thank you, gentlemen, for being our guest today and our co-host. Want you to have a great week out there. And remember, next week we get rid of the mask in L.A.
Oh, baby. Oh, yeah.
And set me free.
Come to Wisconsin. We haven't had it for a long time.
I never had one, so I don't know
exactly.
I'm in Toronto. Pray for us.
I never had one, so I don't know how to get rid of mine. I never had one.
Yep.
No more middle fingers for no mask. I mean, come on. Freedom again.
Something to celebrate. I love it.
All right. You guys have a great week. Thank you, everyone.
You too.
Take care.
Thank you so much. You guys all take care. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love.
Peace and love. That's the way to go.
Get yourself together.
Thank you for joining us on the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. We are a globally hosted show dedicated to sharing holistic lifestyle events, practitioners, products and services, and useful information. Visit our website, createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Of course, our Facebook page is Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. We'll see you next week.
Namaste.